States as necessary and investigate what happened. The American people will say a prayer for Boston tonight, and Michelle and I send our deepest thoughts and prayers to the families of the victims in the wake of this senseless loss. We don't yet have all the answers, but we do know that multiple people have been wounded, some gravely, in explosions at the Boston Marathon. I've spoken to FBI Director Mueller and Secretary of Homeland Security Napolitano, and they're mobilizing the appropriate resources to investigate and to respond. I've updated leaders of Congress in both parties, and we reaffirm that on days like this there are no Republicans or Democrats. We are Americans united in concern for our fellow citizens. I've also spoken with Governor Patrick and Mayor Menino and made it clear that they have every single federal resource necessary to care for the victims and counsel the families. And above all, I made clear to them that all Americans stand with the people of Boston. Boston police, firefighters, and first responders, as well as the National Guard, responded heroically and continue to do so as we speak. It's a reminder that so many Americans serve and sacrifice on our behalf every single day, without regard to their own safety, in dangerous and difficult circumstances. And we salute all those who assisted in responding so quickly and professionally to this tragedy. We still do not know who did this or why. And people shouldn't jump to conclusions before we have all the facts. But make no mistake, we will get to the bottom of this. And we will find out who did this. We'll find out why they did this. Any responsible individuals, any responsible groups will feel the full weight of justice. Today's a holiday in Massachusetts, Patriots Day. It's a day that celebrates the free and fiercely independent spirit that this great American city of Boston was reflected from the earliest days of our nation. And it's a day that draws the world to Boston's streets in a spirit of friendly competition. Boston is a tough and resilient town, so are its people. I'm supremely confident that Bostonians will pull together, take care of each other, and move forward as one proud city. And as they do, the American people will be with them every single step of the way. You should anticipate that as we get more information, our teams will provide you briefings. We're still in the investigation stage at this point, but I just want to reiterate, we will find out who did this, and we will hold them accountable. Thank you very much.
Listening to the President of the United States offering a prayer for Boston, 2 dead, 80 plus injured in the Boston Marathon explosions. We're showing you some videotape, and the videotape of the actual moment of explosion is just, it just takes your breath away. Here it is. This is when it happened. Both explosions, you hear the first one and then the second one a good 15 seconds or so later. We saw one runner take to the ground. Whether he was affected by shrapnel or not, I'm not sure.
As we continue to gather more information on this situation, and you look at these very frightening pictures coming to us of the scene as it unfolded at about 10 minutes to 3 this afternoon. And then clearly after the explosions, those 2 massive explosions, the scene cleared of all of the spectators, of all of the runners. The marathon abruptly halted, being stopped at Mass Avenue Bridge, and the runners being sent in opposite directions depending on which side of Mass Avenue they were on. Family members being very concerned and wondering where their loved ones were, and still possibly, hopefully everyone has been accounted for and knows where their family members are. There were something like 23,000 plus people who started the marathon, 17,500 or so who finished, and another 40